Hey guys, how's it going? This is Gina with Impressive Glow Spray Tan and Teeth Whitening Training, where my ultimate mission is to always help women, moms, single moms, learn how to start a side hustle as either a spray tan technician or teeth whitening technician, and to build some financial independence in that process. So today's video is it's summer. It is summertime, and depending on where you are located, your summers may have way big drastic changes than the winter time. You may be in a farly more neutral area like I am in Southern California, but as a spray tan technician, you need to understand how that affects the storage of your spray tan solution. So today's video is all about understanding how you should be storing your spray tan solution, the goods, the bads, the uglies, the myths, the legends, all the things. So if you're interested in learning about that, stay tuned. All right guys, how's it going? So today's video is all about spray tan solution storage, and it is summertime, and you may be in an area where that temperature during this summer for you fluctuates so differently from your winter time, or you may be somewhere where it's a little bit more neutral, kind of like where I am in Southern California. We're pretty consistent in terms of weather. We don't get too crazy in here. Every once in a while, I got to turn on my air conditioner in here, but that's about it. But I do want to give you guys some information on how to correctly store your spray tan solution and the things you need to be thinking about that maybe you haven't been told before. I know there's a lot of conflicting information out there on the internet about what you can do, should do, shouldn't do, all the things. So I'm just here to give you my opinion and my take on it, so do with that what you will. Possibly you've been doing spray tanning for a long time, and maybe you have your own way of doing this. By all means, please consistently do what works for you. This is just something that I thought was super important to talk about. So let's talk about the number one thing in terms of spray tan solution and what the most important things, and then I'll break down a little bit more into detail. So the number one thing is you need to make sure that you are keeping your spray tan solution at a consistent temperature from the time that you open that solution to the time you pour that solution to the way you store it, if you're storing it in cups, and to the time that you're actually going to be spray tanning this on your client's body. It needs to be consistent. The change in temperature, or rapid change in temperature, from putting it in a fridge to keeping it in direct sunlight to putting it on your client's body, all of that very big, like drastic change in temperature will ultimately affect the DHA, the quality, and the effectiveness of your spray tan solution. So let's talk about heat and what actually happens if, let's say, your room is too hot. I had a video call with a girl that I was doing training with, and she was mentioning that she feels like her solution was being altered by the state of just the heat in her room. And she's in Louisiana, I believe, or Alabama. She's in Alabama, and her room is registering at 80 degrees. That is hot. That is a very hot room. One, you shouldn't be spray tanning any girls in that hot of a room, but also it is not good for your solution. What happens is the heat will affect that spray tan solution. It actually activates that DHA and will weaken the quality of the DHA in the spray tan solution that you're using. And so we definitely don't want that to happen. So heat is a very big issue. Also, in terms of heat, we're talking about direct sunlight. If you're having direct sunlight onto your solution, regardless if it's in like a dark container or something like this, it will still ultimately affect your spray tan solution. So definitely you want to keep your spray tan solution out of the heat. You want to keep it out of your garage if you don't have any air conditioning in there. You want to keep it out of your car. If you are mobile, it is so important for you to get your bags out of your car. Do not let them sit in there overnight or throughout the weekend and expose that solution and DHA to heat. That is not a good idea. So make sure that you have it out of the heat, and that heat won't affect that solution. Now, on the other side of this, let's talk about maybe even not during the summer, but maybe winter time. You are in a place where that drastically change of temperature happens. Maybe you're in Montana or Canada or somewhere where the temperature drops very, very far in the wintertime. And so, or You may have heard from technicians or people who store their spray tan solution in the fridge. Here's my take on that, okay? Again, we want to keep our spray tan solution at a consistent temperature from beginning to end, from the time you get it to the whole process of the spray tan journey of when the solution is actually going to get on your client. But my take and my thoughts on keeping your spray tan solution in a refrigerator can definitely take that DHA out of whack because of your, giving it so many different temperatures, being cold, then putting it in a solution, then putting it on the skin where the skin is hot, and can definitely affect that DHA. But my thoughts, when it is in the refrigerator, the outside is so hot, and then you're putting something in the fridge, what's going to happen is that's going to create condensation in your bottle, in your cups, wherever you're storing this solution, and that buildup of condensation in those bottles will definitely alter the formulation of that spray tan solution. Of course, we don't want to add altering things to our spray tan solution, and condensation is almost like basically adding water to your spray tan solution. That is not a good idea. We don't want bad quality solution once we get that on our clients. That is my personal take on not keeping solution in the fridge. Now, I will say, if you're doing it, or if you've been taught that, or it works for you, by all means, continue to do it. I personally don't think it's a good idea, but if you've had luck with it, go for it. That's just my take on it. That's my thought about it. And also remember, every spray tan solution is different. Maybe the one solution that you're using, that condensation or that drastic change in temperature, isn't affecting your solution as much, but possibly the next spray tan artist who may be using a totally different spray tan solution, maybe that solution will be more affected by that change in temperature and refrigerating it or the heat. So it can vary by so many things. So I personally, just one, as a spray tan artist, but also as a trainer, always suggest to my girls that when you're storing your spray tan solution, it is somewhere that is consistent temperature, room temperature as much as possible, somewhere where you're not having direct sunlight, and you're not having a drastic change in temperature from heat to cold or lower temperatures. So where I wanted to show you my setup of kind of how and where I keep my spray tan solution. So again, remember, I'm in Southern California, so I don't struggle with the issues of extreme heat or extreme cold. We're pretty average, anywhere from, low 60s to, some days during the summer we can get up into the high 90s. July can, every once in a while we'll get into the hundreds, but it doesn't change that drastically. So when I keep this is how I keep my spray tan solution in my room, like the ones that I'm using. Now, I am out of direct sunlight. The sun is actually on this other wall that comes into my studio, so there's no direct sunlight hitting these bottles. Also, I see a lot of clients, so these bottles, literally when the solution is in these bottles, those are only lasting me probably about a week to a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks on certain solution. So these get changed out quite frequently. But they're in these amber bottles. I love Jolie's. If you've been following me, or if you follow me on Instagram, you might see my old studio. I used Jolie exclusively before, and I used to use just these bottles upside down on this little thing, which was beautiful. It looked great. It was aesthetically pleasing, but I used different types of solutions for different reasons. So I've just put my solution in these amber bottles, and I label them so I know what they are. It looks very pretty. Clients love it. These are my cups for when I'm customizing solution and I'm mixing things together. Obviously I'm not pouring things back into bottles, but I do label them and I keep them in their cups. I label and I date them, and I keep them again in this same room where it's consistent temperature. There's nothing too cold, too hot in here, and that's good for, literally I'll be using this solution within like 2 or 3 days, because I'll have consistent clients that kind of use the same stuff. So that's how I keep that used solution. Now, these bottles of solution, I have a little cabinet down here, and I keep any type of unopened solution in their original bottles in that cabinet. And I also have like a little storage little shed thing that I got from Lowe's that I also keep my solution in there. So that's pretty much it. I am trying to give you the basic of all basics on how to store your spray tan solution. At the end of the day, bottom line, keep the consistent temperature as much as you can when you are using spray tan solution and when you're storing it. That big change in temperature is really going to affect the quality of your DHA, the effectiveness of your spray tan solution, and there's so many altering things that can happen when you start to introduce heat and cold with that spray tan solution. So keep it simple, keep it room temperature as much as you can. Refrigerators I'm not too fond of, but if we're talking like you are like super hot in areas like Alabama and you want to use a refrigerator, just please make sure you get that temperature down as low as you can and it's not freezing in there. The little like studio refrigerators I guess are a good idea, but turn them down as much as you can just to get that consistent temperature for that solution. So I hope this helps. I hope you found this useful in your spray tan business. I hope you guys are doing amazing. It is busy season. I hope your books are booked solid. I hope your businesses are just thriving. I am so excited to share my knowledge with you guys. Don't forget that I offer one-on-one, online, and group spray tan and teeth whitening training. It took me a while. I haven't said that in a minute. But I offer training. Check out my website so you can see all the details on that. Follow me on all my social media so you can see the things that I'm doing in there. I'm doing TikTok, I'm doing Instagram, and all the things. Still working to that 10K so that my kids think that I am super cool. So if you have not subscribed to my channel and you're interested in starting a spray tan business, or you just want to support a mama who's trying to prove her kids wrong that she can be cool and get 10,000 subscribers, hit that button because we're homegirls. I need all the help I can get. Have a good day.